a dark day for America as the nation marks the deadliest day for U.S. forces in Afghanistan in 10 years after 13 service members were killed in the Kabul bombing. Our next guests understand the immense pain of this day. David Horton is the Gold Star father of Specialist Christopher Horton, killed on September 9th in 2011, serving during Operation Enduring Freedom in Pakistan, Afghanistan. And Karen Vaughn is the Gold Star mom of Navy SEAL Aaron Vaughn, killed on the deadliest day in Afghanistan, August 6th of 2011, when a grenade launched by a Taliban fighter took down Chinook helicopter Extortion 17. Thank you, David and Karen, for joining us today. Obviously, no one knows more than you both of the pain that these family members are going through right now. Before we get to that, I just want to get your take, and I'll start with you, David, on just what you think of the situation right now.
Well, of course, our first thoughts go out to the family members that have lost these loved ones so recently. And as you mentioned, it tears your heart open again to realize that other families are going through, what you went through. Now, for us, we're coming on the 10th anniversary of Chris's death, and the fact that they gave, their all for what they believed in and in representing the United States there, and then to see this debacle, I just have a lot of questions, like everyone else, I'm sure.
Sure.
How could we possibly get to this point? After 20 years of being there, it's just I don't even have words hardly.
Karen, the president and the generals are now calling the Taliban our Afghan partners. These are the people who killed your son. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, Rachel, Aaron died in the largest loss of life in the history of naval special warfare, the single largest one-day loss of life in the entire war on terror, 10 years into the war. And the reason he died is because our leaders did not understand this enemy. It is the reason he died. We were fighting with rules of engagement where we were trying to win the hearts and minds of these Taliban Haqqani network, who are the most lethal, brutal force, and we are negotiating with them. And 10 years later, we have lost the greatest among us again to feckless failures in leadership. These people, I say, Rachel, only God can forgive them for what they've taken from this country.
Yeah, I mean, David, it's such a good point. One of the fathers of the young men that were killed was on Tucker last night, and he said, listen, I'm a carpenter, but I could see that my son was a sitting duck, that this was a turkey shoot. I mean, how does one process this kind of a situation when it could have been preventable? It was obvious to even non-military people, and who should be held responsible?
Well, I think from the top down, there has to be accountability here. And it's just, like I said earlier, you don't even have words. It's we choose words. It's mind-boggling. It's shocking. It's, like, you have got to be kidding. This is the best. My feeling is this the best we can do in the United States with all of our planning and technology and so forth and experience in warfare? This is the best we can do for our soldiers, for our people, for our allies, for our own country's security and name and safety.
Yes.
This is the best we can do? You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, it's definitely embarrassing. Karen, I just want to end with you. 13 families heard the worst news possible. Really quickly, just can you tell us what would be your advice to them in these early, painful hours?
Rachel, right now they're waking up in a world that their child is no longer a part of.
Right.
And they're trying to reconcile their brain to that new reality. And I just want to say to them, these are the worst days. But you will smile again. You will laugh again. Believe it or not, you will live again. Your life is not over. You have to fight for it. You have to push forward every day, put one foot in front of the other, and keep fighting and trust that America loves you and honors you and respects what you have just given to us.
Karen and David, I can only say that I am proud to live in a country that produces sons like yours and like the 13 that died this week. More Fox and Friends.